Hello, hello. We are working on two-step problems, homework number 3. We did this in class, either all of it or most of it, so this is here for you to review for extra practice, or if there's something you need to finish, you can use this video to help you. So here we go, number 1. A waiter had 9 tables he was waiting on, with 7 women and 3 men at each table. Okay, so I'm thinking in my head, a waiter, he's got these 9 tables. I'm gonna write my standard form above it. The 9 tables are like his groups. So I'm gonna label tables as G groups. I see 7 women and 3 men. So I'm gonna circle this and put a plus sign and draw my leashes to my numbers so I don't lose them. So on this side, I have 7 women. I'm gonna put the number 7 and draw my leash from my plus sign to here. Over here, I have 3 men. I'm going to write 3 in standard form, connect it to my leash, so I have 7 plus 3 at each table. Now I know each is telling me that I'm going to need to multiply. Let's see. How many customers did the waiter have? That is our question. The customers are how many people are at each table. So the customers are in each group. Okay, so operations, I see a plus sign and I see a multiplication sign. I also see that I have 3 numbers, 9, 7, and 3. Both of those are big clues that I'm going to need to do 2 steps and have 2 equations. So draw your line down the middle to set up 2 equations. We know we are going to need to add and multiply here for this one. So I don't know how many I have in each group. I'm going to figure that out by adding my 7 and my 3. So there are 7 women plus 3 men equals 10, and the women and men together are my customers. So I'm going to call this 10 customers. That's not my final answer. That's just how many customers are at each table. So I'm going to label this in each group. Just like up here, I underline customers, I put in each group. That matches here with my customers and in each group. Then I know I'm seeing multiplication, I'm seeing groups and in each group, so I know I need to multiply. Multiplication is set up like groups times in each group is going to get me my total. So the groups I have is in the problem, that's 9. The in each group is what I solved. There's 10 customers at each table, or in each group. So draw your arrow and write in your 10. I know 9 times 10 is 90, and then again, this is customers, but this isn't customers in each group anymore. This is my total number of customers. So circle your final answer. Now we have to write our sentence. How many customers did the waiter have? And I'm going to write the waiter had 90 customers, period. Looking at number 2. Lauren and Gina's mother said they could swim in the pool for 20 minutes. So 20 minutes is the total amount of time that they are allowed to swim in the pool. First, they played sharks and minnows for 8 minutes. So I'm going to underline sharks and minnows, 8 minutes. Then they played Marco Polo for 6 minutes. Okay, so for part of the time, they played a game for 8 minutes. So 8 is a part. For the other part of the time, they played Marco Polo. So 6 is another part. So I'm thinking part and part. That's how much they played total. So part plus part equals total. I'm going to have to add here. Then it says, how much time do they have left to swim? That's our question. So number that with a 1. The word left is telling me that I need to subtract. So it looks like for this problem, I'm going to need to add and subtract. So I have my total for 20 minutes, and I need to subtract that for how much they've swam so far. But I don't know that yet without adding my parts. So 8 minutes is 1 part, so I'm going to write 8 M-I-N. Oh, and don't forget, draw your line down the middle because we're doing 2 steps, adding and subtracting. Then I'm going to add that to the other part I know of 6 minutes to get a total of 14 minutes. Now that's how long they have played so far, but we know they have 20 minutes. So I can set up a subtraction problem of my total amount of time they have to play minus the part I know, how long they've played so far, and that's going to get me my missing part. So my total comes from right up here, the problem, the 20 minutes they have to play. The part I know comes from what I solved. That's how long they played so far. Then I put in the missing part by subtracting 20 minus 14. That's going to get me 6. 6 is the number of minutes they have left to swim. I'm going to circle this. Now I need to write my sentence, check my question. How much time do they have left to swim? I know they is Lauren and Gina, so I'm going to write Lauren and Gina have 6 minutes left to swim. Period. Number 3, last one. Craig has a $20 bill. So I'm going to underline $20 bill. I'm going to put my number 20 in standard form. That's the total amount of money Craig has to begin with. He buys 6 squirt guns. So 6 squirt guns, put it in standard form, the number 6, for $3 each. So I'm noticing a couple things. If he's buying something, we're going to need to subtract it. But $3 each also means I'm going to need to multiply. My question says, how much money does Craig have left? I see this word left, and I know that means subtraction. So for this, I'm going to need to multiply, and I'm also going to need to subtract. So I'm going to draw a line down the middle because I have 2 steps that I have to do for 2 operations. So I have the total of $20. I don't know how much he spent without multiplying. So 6 squirt guns for $3 each. I know I'm going to do 6 times 3. That is going to be 18. And that is how much money the squirt guns cost because it's dollars. So I'm going to put a dollar sign here as my label so I know that's money. I'm not going to circle it. That's how much he spent, but I need to find out how much he had left. So I know subtraction is going to be total minus my part is going to equal my missing part. The total he had, they gave us in the problem, it is 20. The part I know is how much he spent so far. So I'm going to draw an arrow over here from my 18. Put 18 right there. If I subtract those, I will get the missing part. And that is 2. That's $2 that he has left. So I'll use a dollar sign as my label and circle it. Check my question. How much money does Craig have left? Craig has $2 left. Period. And you are all done. Great work.